Hello everyone, it's Mary the Psychic Shaman here, and we are going to see if I can do a tutorial for how to do a fire ceremony. So I'll talk a little bit about it, and then I'm going to show you with a candle. I'll try tonight when I have a fire to see if I can set up my phone to record the process a little better. But for now, just for ease of recording, and so you get the information, I will do it with a candle, which you can do at in the winter or when it's raining outside, that kind of thing. So fire ceremonies, from a shamanic perspective, they're amazing because what you're doing is you are releasing all your hoocha, all your crap, your icky heavy shit, all the stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. You're getting rid of it. You're feeding it to the fire, which is really beautiful. So this could be, emotions, feelings, objects, notes. Oh, I took some letters that I had. Why was I holding on to them? Geez, I had boxes full of letters from elementary and middle school. Interesting. Even some from high school. And I ended up releasing that because I released my hold on those years that I couldn't remember. So that was part of it. So sometimes with shadow work, doing fire ceremonies helps as well. So let's talk a little bit. I'll be a little jumping all over the place, but let's talk about moons and moon phases first off. Now, some people say, okay, full moon, you should release all your baggage. New moon, you should be creating, manifesting, right? I say you do whatever feels right to you. There is no set ways. Now, I think the energy of the full moon is beautiful. And, I don't harness the energy of the full moon just for releasing. And when I do fire ceremonies, I am both releasing and taking in the beautiful energy of manifestation of what I want, my prayers and my desires. So it's kind of a double thing. You're releasing what you don't want to the fire. And then, if you would like, if you're really into moon phases, draw down the power of the full moon that aids you in your manifestation. Now, after the full moon, when it starts waning, a lot of times that is good for releasing your baggage, more so, because of course the moon is waning and getting smaller. It's releasing, right? Kind of the same principle. When it's waxing, wax on, wax off, wax on. So when it's getting fuller, then that's manifestation, for manifestation. You've got the dark moon, which is actually the astrological new moon, is actually void, no moon, it's the dark moon. That is a pretty powerful time as well. Some people say do not do any ceremonial type of magic during that. I say you do what feels right. Tap into your own intuition. I don't think there are any set rules. I have done ceremonies that were supposed to be done on new moons. I've done on full moons because it's felt right. So just do you. So, and honestly, from how I was taught in shamanic practice is that it doesn't matter what it is. The suggestion is every new moon and every full moon to do this, and really because you're clearing yourself out. Simply, just like how I have taught you guys how to do the Shayaski ceremony of clearing out your chakras, like the daily chakra clearing in the shower. This is similar, but it's deeper. It's a lot deeper. And, in this way you have your beautiful prayers. So what I do, I create these little, let me grab, okay, whenever I do like my soul's path reading for people, that kind of thing, I have these little pieces of paper that I write their name on. And when I'm done with the reading, I fold it up and I put it into this jar. And then every time I do a fire ceremony, I take those and I bundle them. And I bundle them with other objects to give as offerings. So what I do is I have two offerings when I go to the fire. I have one offering, which is for me. And that, what I do is I go and I will take plant life, a lot of times natural material. It could be even dead leaves from my house plants. I can go and take a couple flowers from my garden, and I always ask, may I please take this for, ask what the plant or the tree that you're taking, or the land, if it's okay. I create a bundle. I don't get too carried away. Some people have these beautiful, huge ones. I do I wish I had an example, but I don't. Probably about, my hand can go around it. Usually is about, that big kind of thing. And then I wrap those, hold those pieces of paper there also. So what I am doing with this is I have my offering and I set by the fire and I whisper my prayers into it. Now these are prayers for, what I'm thankful for. This is prayers for people, that I've done readings for, of course, to send them some beautiful, loving energy and healing. And, really universal. I'm doing universal. And I can also ask, I always do everything that I'm thankful for first, my prayers for my family, myself, and then I will also say, and do any prayers for manifestation, like, please aid me in creating this new course, or, give me the strength to complete this in time, kind of thing. And I blow my prayers into it and place it in the fire. And I also have a smaller little offering, if sometimes, not always, and that is a surrogate offering. So that is for, like, say I have a family member that's really struggling, something specific for them, or a friend, or, whomever. So I am going to the fire on their behalf, and I'm doing this cleansing on their behalf. So how it works, so again, for fire ceremonies from a shamanic perspective, it is a cleansing. You're cleansing out and offering your prayers, getting all your stuff out, and I'll show you how in a minute. And then you're bringing in the beautiful energy. You can draw down the moon, but I love the fire. Bringing in the energy of the fire. You can also do this with the energy of the fire to help with any soreness that you have. So my protocol for this is I do a opening sacred space. If it's outside, I usually do it fairly quickly because I have neighbors and they already think I'm weird. But I will open sacred space, have the fire going, and when I feel, I'll start the fire, and when I feel that it is ready, kind of the time when you feel that the spirit of the fire is alive and doing very well, is when I will start it. And let's see how we can do this. I need a candle. And somewhere to put this so you can see what I do. Oh, I have a tiny candle here. Sorry for that boob shot, but I should have been prepared for this, shouldn't I have? Okay. So as I'm searching, I guess you get to see a little bit more of my crazy room here. That candle's not gonna work. Oh, this candle might work for us. Okay. And a lighter. So we have, I can get a piece of paper too. And my shelf. If you're doing this inside, make sure that you have somewhere to put your what you're burning, and be careful. Obviously, you don't want to start a fire. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. So I have already opened sacred space. My fire is going beautifully. It is comfortable and warm. The fire spirit, anyhow. Remember, if you're inside and doing this with a candle, to actually have, let's see if I can back this up some more, to actually have something to put your whatever's burning in. So you're by the fire. You have, and I kneel in front of the fire, and I will see if I can show you with the fire, because I actually go in the fire, obviously not burning myself. And I never have put my hair up, but looking at how it looks right here on the camera, I might suggest you put your hair up so you don't burn it, because you do end up going partially in the fire, in the flame. So what I would do is I would kneel by the fire and have my offering. So this could be twigs, this could be flowers, this could be old letters, notes, whatever. and I say my prayers, and I blow into that, like, thank you so much um, for everything that has happened this week. I am so thankful for my community and our group on Facebook, and how the loving energy that everyone has really makes me feel amazing. I thank all of you for that. Um, and then, I might say that I release all that is holding me back, and I bring in all the beautiful love and joy into my heart and soul. And then I, if there's something specific, I might say it. And then what I do, now I do this if a fire, obviously I just throw it in. If it's a candle, I stirred it on fire, and then I put it in there. And then here is what the fun part where it starts. So you got the fire, and you are going to take it in, and you've got your 3 areas. You got down here, and this is what you're doing to release. So you're releasing all the hoochah with this. So you're pulling in, start like above your belly button and go towards your right hip, go down, and then go pushing it out. You're actually pushing the energy out. I do this 3 times each. Remember, start top of your belly button, go towards your right hip, like this, push it out. Again, go into the fire, and then I go heart center. Remember, again, here you start at the top and you go towards your right hip circle, pushing it out. Same, and you are literally pushing out. And then here, go way down here, you go to your third eye. And this is starting at the top of your forehead, working towards your right hip, and go again 3 times. And then you are cauterizing, basically. So you've just pushed all your hoochah out. You're literally, like breathing it all out and pushing it out from your energy centers, your 3 energy centers. Now you're cauterizing. Okay, so then you just like this at the 3 centers and your third eye. And now the fun part is you're bringing the fire in. So the energy of the fire, you're going to bring it in, and you should be able to feel it, even with a candle, but it's so much more beautiful with a fire. So you're pulling it in. So instead of blowing out, you're sucking in, and instead of going towards your right hip, you're going to go towards your left hip. So pull it in, and it's like you're pulling it in, the energy in like this. And then you go to each energy center, your heart, and then your third eye. You're really pulling this in. And then you can take a minute, and if you have any soreness, shoulders, hips, kind of take the energy from the fire and pull it around you. And that is how you do. Let's see if I can lift this a little, and I'll sit and talk to you guys for a minute. Okay, so that is how you do that. That is the main part. Now, if you have other people, if you have a few people, you wait. You wait until the other person is done before you come. If you have, if you're doing this as a surrogate, then you can either get up and come back to the fire, or do it all at once. Do your prayers, blow your prayers in for whoever you're the surrogate for. Say you've got a mother who's having some medical issues or something, then you can pray for her health. Do the same thing. When you're doing the surrogate, really, it's about pulling in the energy. So, you don't need to clear out anything for them, because you're not them. You can't really clear out for them, but what you can do, not with the ceremony anyways, what you can do is pull in the energy of the fire, the healing energy of the fire for them. So only do, towards the left for your surrogate. And again, you've got your 3 energy centers. So you've got here, your heart, and your third eye. So, really here, it's here. I think of it's about belly button, going down. So between like your solar plexus and your root really is where you're working at here, then your heart and your third eye. And never leave the fire. If you're outside, don't leave the fire unattended. I sit and let it burn. I did learn in the beginning not to put too much wood on, because otherwise you'll be outside forever. So, and I just built a small fire with a couple of cut off 2x4s or 1x2s or small branches or whatever you find, and I stack them kind of like log house, Lincoln logs, and that helps to burn. You can shred paper to help start it as well. Sit with a fire, watch it. You can sit and meditate. You can watch the moon. And once that fire burns down to ash, then you're welcome to invite your family out and have an actual fire, but don't add to it until it is burned out. So, burn that fire out first before you start a new one. And that is a fire ceremony. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it tonight, if you're going to be able to see anything. So, but I did want to get this to you guys so that you know how to do your own fire ceremony. So again, let me recap, hopefully quickly. Get some offerings. So it could be something that you want to burn to release. It could be just some offerings that you pick up from off of dead plants, or plants that, the dead parts of the plants. It could be live stuff, beautiful flowers. Like if you got a bouquet, grab a flower from there. Some things that are outside, just make sure to ask permission. And that is your offering. Your giving offering to the Great Spirit and to the fire, because we are pulling in the energy from the fire. And when you start the fire, I open sacred space. You can cast a circle, do it however you are called to. Even if you don't know how to do either of those, just speak, just say, I call in my spirit guides. I call in, God or whoever whatever great spirits to come and be with me while I do this. I mean, it's really whatever you're speaking from the heart is what matters. You start your fire, use a little wood if it's just you, so you're not out there forever. Let the fire become ready. So the wood should be, the fire is stable. Maybe that's the best way to say it. You'll feel it. The fire is stable. And then with your offering, blow your prayers, speak your prayers for yourself, for others, what you're thankful for, what you're hoping to manifest. Throw your offering in the fire, and then and you're starting the first round is going towards your top right hip. Do that. Going towards right hip. Towards right hip. Then for the second round, you're cauterizing. And then for the last round, you're bringing it in. So really. And remember, with that first, you're pushing out. So with that first, I missed that. With that first, really push whatever you want out. So you can think about releasing, like you're pulling all the icky, dark, heavy dankness out and feeding it to the fire. And then, of course, when you're bringing it in for that third round, you're bringing all the energy from the fire in, and you're sucking it in through your energy centers. And that is that. If you're surrogate, do it again, but only do the pulling that fire energy in. For them, you can use the energy to heal yourself or help to heal some of your ailments. And then sit with the fire. Sit with the fire until it is all the way out. And then you close sacred space, close your circle, or simply just thank all the spirits who are there with you. And that is it. And I suggest doing this at least once a month. You can do it as often as you want. New moon and full moon are perfect times. So that is it, guys. If you have any questions, just let me know. I hope this is helpful. See you guys later. Happy full pink moon, I think. See ya.